and thank you all for joining us virtually today. We are delighted to welcome the CEO of Nova Merchant Bank, Mr. Nath Ude, who is joining us to commemorate the listing of Nova Merchant Bank Investments SPV, 10 billion naira, 7-year subordinated unsecured Series 1 bond under its 50 billion naira debt issuance program. It is worthy to mention that this is Nova Merchant Bank's first bond issuance, which is oversubscribed by 300%, an indication of the level of investor confidence in the company's reputation, brand, and corporate performance. On behalf of the board and management of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, I congratulate the board, management, and staff of Nova Merchant Bank for a successful offering. I also recognize the efforts of the bank in obtaining BBB credit rating by Augusto & Co. and A+ credit rating by DataPro Limited, indicating its level of creditworthiness. We also commend the efforts of the lead issuing house, United Capital PLC, the joint issuing houses, Stanbic IBTC Capital Limited, Union Capital Markets Limited, and all other professional parties for their hard work and dedicated efforts towards the actualization of a successful offering. Nova Merchant Bank commenced operations in 2017 after obtaining the necessary approvals from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Over the years, it has become a fast-growing player in wholesale banking, investment banking, securities trading, and asset management. Its major objective is to re-establish merchant banking as a key economic driver by providing long-term funds and advisory services. The company's growth potential is evident in its various achievements, such as the oversubscription of its debut offering, which led to the bank emerging as the winner of the Bond Offering of the Year at Business Day and other financial institutions award. The bank declared a profit after tax of 3.49 billion naira in 2020, compared to 1.65 billion naira in 2019, which represents a % increase. Additionally, gross earnings showed a growth of 130%, with profit before tax also growing by 135% to 3.52 billion naira in 2020. The offer, following relevant approval from the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Central Bank of Nigeria, closed with 10 billion naira raised at a yield of 12%. Proceeds from the bond issuance will be invested in long-term risk assets as part of the bank's medium-term strategy. It would also serve as Tier 2 capital for the bank within the requirements of the Central Bank of Nigeria, beg your pardon. At NGX, or the Nigerian Exchange, we provide a leading platform in Africa for raising capital, as well as facilitating a thriving secondary market for trading securities. Our platform also ensures seamless flow of market information to support trading activities of investors and our trading license holders. We also provide an efficient avenue for investments in multiple asset classes, providing investors varied options, including equities, fixed income, and other exchange-traded products. It is our delight to see issuers take full advantage of the exchange's products and services to support their growth story. We therefore encourage Nova Merchant Bank to explore other capital raising tools available to our listed companies, such as equity listing, to enhance the company's corporate profile, visibility, and sustainability. We remain committed to driving sustainable products and safe investments in a market that is orderly and transparent, whilst leveraging cutting-edge technology. In terms of capital formation, this year, the exchange has facilitated needed financing of over 4.6 trillion naira raised by governments and corporates across various asset classes. We also continue to enhance our overall efficiency with competitive pricing structures, improved turnaround time for regulatory approvals, and developments around customer centricity and overall ease of doing business. Let me reassure the leadership of Nova Merchant Bank that the exchange will remain your trusted business partner in achieving your strategic business objectives. Congratulations once again to the CEO of Nova Merchant Bank Limited, Mr. Nath Ude, on this successful offering. I also congratulate the issuing houses led by United Capital PLC, Stanbic IPTC Capital Limited, Union Capital Markets Limited, and all the professional parties to this transaction for ensuring a successful debt capital raise. I now invite the CEO of Nova Merchant Bank Limited, Mr. Nat Ude, to make a few remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Stock Exchange, our partners, friends across the globe. I want to say a very big thank you for the opportunity and also listing this very significant milestone on your very highly favored exchange for us as an institution. As a lot of, as you had actually mentioned and alluded to, I just want to, first of all, commend the board and management of Nova for this great and noble idea, which we have seen as highly significant. Despite this current economic situation and the volatile nature of what has happened because of the COVID-19, we had over 300% oversubscription of this bond. For an institution that's less than 4 years old, for an institution that is actually on record, that's the youngest merchant bank to issue a successful bond in Nigeria. And so there are a lot of things to be very, to beat our chest to it. But who the major of this actually is to our investing public, because despite the volatility in the market due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the transaction was highly demanded with a diversified order book made up of discerning investors across asset managers, insurance companies, domestic pension funds, non-financial institutions and corporates, HNIs, high net worth individuals, as well as international fund managers. So it's a major corporate bond by any merchant bank in the capital market, and we're very proud of what has been achieved. So this listing is for our 10 billion 7-year subordinated unsecured bond under our 50 billion debt issuance program. And this oversubscription is a huge milestone for us as an institution. It represents, among other things, a vote of confidence by the investment community. It depicts the resilience of the bank's strong business model and sustainability, as also seen by the investing public. We are well positioned to fulfill the promise of providing long-term funding, which is actually what we want to, especially in the rail sector. That's actually the reasons why we're going into this space. We want to be able to match and be able to get into long-term funding. For us to drive the economy and get away from the shortcuts and the 90-day, 60-day cycle that is common in the market, we felt it's very important to start situating ourselves into the areas that will require long-term nature. We want to be able to see through. We are here for a long stay, and that's why we say we are here to build and to last and in a sustainable manner. So the resounding success of this bond establishes the merger as a very key economic driver, which is the key thing we actually set up to do. And we'll continue to align with the stock exchange to drive the economy through very targeted investment opportunities and driving this economy in a manner that is predictable, sustainable, and that even the investing public will be very glad. Nova is a licensed investment-grade rated merchant bank in Nigeria, focusing essentially around the wholesale banking, investment banking, asset management, securities, wealth management, trade services. Of course, we get into deposit taking, lending activities, which is part of the key things we do, transaction banking across our spheres, cash management, of course, digital banking. So it is actually in the strength of this that we look back with a lot of pride as we get listed in the stock exchange and we solicit and continue to work with the stock exchange and investing public to make this a huge success, and also riding on this for the subsequent raisings we'll be doing in the market. So on behalf of the board and management of NOVA, I want to thank all of you for this opportunity and for listening us, and we look forward to hearing great news as the bond and the other bonds we're going to be listing continues to make waves in the market.
Thank you, Mr. Ude, for those remarks. May I now invite the Group CEO of United Capital PLC, Mr. Peter Ashade, to also make his own remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Olumole. I want to start again quite very excited being here today. Mr. Olumide Boluwale, representing the CEO of Nigeria Exchange Limited, the Group CEO, Mr. Nat Ude, and the board management of Nova Bank, Merchant Bank Limited, the doyen of the market, we acknowledge you, distinguished authorized dealing clerks of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, the gentlemen of the press, and also distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is indeed a great pleasure for us to be part of this great ceremony. It's an epoch-making event for us because listing of Nova Merchant Bank Limited 10 billion Series 1 unsubordinated bond on the Nigeria Stock Exchange is quite very key in the light of our strategic position into as an organization. The bond, as has been said by both the exchange and Mr. Ude, got a 300% oversubscription despite the very constrained economic environment that we find ourselves when the offer was issued. And it's quite gratifying that even at that, we could get as much as that. So we wish to express our appreciation to the board and management of Nova Merchant Bank Limited for the opportunity to serve as lead issuing house on this landmark transaction. We also thank the regulatory authorities, particularly the Nigeria Exchange Limited, the joint issuing houses, and our investors who choose to support the bank in this major transaction. For us at United Capital, we remain committed to serve our clients with excellence and supporting them to achieve their desired strategic goal and growth as we partner together with our various clients, looking at both local and international investors for us to benefit the Nigerian economy at large. So on this note, we want to thank you all for your kind attention. I look forward to celebrating future successes with Nova Merchant Bank Limited and the Exchange Limited. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif, for your wonderful remark. May I now invite the doyen of the market, Alhaji Yusuf, to make his own remarks. Doyen, you have a little under 2 minutes before the market closes. That's okay.
Thank you. It's all right. We try. Thank you very much, Olumide. Let me, on behalf of the Nigerian stockbroking community and the daily member of Nigerian Stock Exchange and the executive management of Nigerian Exchange Limited, welcome to the floor of Nigerian Stock Exchange, Mr. Ude of the Nova Merchant Bank and his team led by Mr. Ashaye and others. In welcoming you, let me also congratulate you for the successful listing of the bond that you have just concluded. The market noted you as being a very effective and result-oriented leader and demonstrated that confidence in you by oversubscribing your debt issue with about 300% oversubscription. This is an indication of the confidence that the market is reposing in you and your team. And the market is looking forward to you reciprocating that confidence by not just performing up to what you promised, but by you also exceeding what you have promised by the same margin as the market has exceeded your own margin. We believe that you have the capability. We believe you have been in the market for quite a while, and you have all the necessary resources to do exactly what you have promised you want to do, so that you strengthen the market and you strengthen the investors' confidence and you strengthen the performance of the Nigerian Stock Exchange as a leading stock exchange, not only in Africa, but in the world. It is on this note that I'm congratulating you on behalf of Nigerian Stockbroking, and I'm challenging you, don't raise your hair, do better, promote the market, develop the market, support the stockbroking community as one of our family. You are welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doyen. May I now invite the Group CEO of Nova Merchant Bank to close the market, Mr. Natude. Kindly close the market. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that familiar sound is what you would have heard on the trading floor to signify that trading has successfully closed for the day. I want to congratulate and thank Mr. Natude and everyone for joining us this afternoon. And really want to congratulate Mr. Natude and his team for a very successful capital raise through a debt issuance, a 10 billion naira debt issuance.
Thank you very much.
Please wish your team well for us from the exchange. Mr. Shadi, thank you for joining us this afternoon. And again, extend well wishes to your team as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This event is now ended.